Hey there, it's Elizabeth, Finding Elizabeth, and this is Monday, July 21st, 2014, and I'm here for my week 14th update. For the second week in a row, I just recorded this whole video and then realized that I hadn't pushed the record button. So, hey, maybe I'll get this by next week. I don't know, I did it for like 10 weeks without a problem, but recently I've had issues with that, so we're going to start over again. So, it's my 14-week update. I had the VSG surgery on April 14th, 2014 at Kaiser South Bay with Dr. Michael Belsberg. My highest weight in January of 2014 was 402 pounds. My surgery weight on April 14th was 360.6 pounds. My weight last week was 294.4 pounds. And my weight today was 292.4 pounds. So that's a 109.6 pound loss since my highest weight, a 68.2 pound loss since I had surgery, and a 2 pound loss since last week. I have in the past been a little whiny about the 2 pound weeks, but I'm not going to do that anymore. I realize, things are slowing down pretty considerably. So 2 pounds is great. I haven't had a stall. I haven't had a gain. And it's all good. Going in the right direction. We will get there when we get there. So feel good about that. I usually give you guys my average calories, protein, carbs, etc. Can't do that this week. There was some problem with my Kindle, and for a couple of days I would record my dinner and anything I had at night on my Kindle, and it looks like it didn't transfer over to the regular MyFitnessPal, and now I can't find it, and so my numbers are totally off for the week. So anyway, my goal for the week though was to work on primarily on my water and my steps, which I did great with. I got up to 64 ounces every day, probably I think for the first time since surgery. And now that I've got it down on routine, I think I'm going to try to bump it up this week and hit and shoot for 72 ounces. My protein's been good for a while. As long as I have 2 protein shakes, I can easily get 75 to 80 grams of protein. I had been keeping relatively low carb, and somebody asked me last week how I kept my carbs so low, and I said, well, really, I don't eat anything. I don't eat much of anything that has carbs in it, just some fruits and vegetables, and I don't eat anything that doesn't have protein. Well, except fruit doesn't have protein, but I don't even eat that much fruit. So of course I said that, and then something about saying that made me go carb happy. So I did go kind of heavy on the carbs last week. I think I probably averaged probably between 40 and 50 grams when I had been keeping it to about 30, but I don't think that's that big of a deal. I don't want to do it every week, but it happened. It's over. It's done. We're on to a new week. So I want to keep the carbs down this week. I want to bump up the water. And my steps, I did great. I wasn't shooting for 10,000. I was shooting for 6,500, which I hit every day and exceeded 3 days. So I'm going to bump that number up this week to 7,000 steps is what I'm shooting for every day. Exercise is going great. I'm working out with the trainer twice a week. He's kicking my ass pretty severely, but that's okay. It feels really, I sort of dread it on the way over there, but afterwards I feel great. I start sweating within 5 minutes and am sweating until I leave. And he continues to kind of push me and make it a little bit harder. Last, I think I went on Thursday, was the first time there was something I absolutely couldn't do. Which was like a circuit of 5 exercises 3 times that ended in a 30-second plank. So I did the plank the first time. Second time I came around and it was the last exercises. I held it about 10 seconds and then I collapsed. But we did a modified one and it was fine. But I really can see progress. It feels really, really good. And this trainer is really so much better than anybody I've ever worked with before. With people that I've gotten like at 24-Hour Fitness or something like that. He has taught me how to do things the correct way, so I know that if something's hurting, seriously hurting, not in a way like, oh my God, I can't do this hurting, but like my knees are hurting or my back is hurting, that means I'm doing it wrong and there's a right way to do it, and he's shown me how to do it. So that's very cool. I've also been walking a half hour pretty much every day. and trying to get in some swimming. I only swam once last week, but it's all good. Moving forward, which is great. This has been kind of a nice week. My son went to Chicago for a music festival and has been gone since Friday. And plus he stayed at a friend's in LA for 2 days last week. So he's been pretty much gone for about a week. And I've only had to worry about feeding me, which has been considerably easier than trying to figure out how to accommodate someone else. I don't know how some of you guys who have little kids do it. It's got to be really, really difficult. It's hard enough for me with my son who's 18. I mean, he's lost weight since I had surgery, and he can't really afford to lose weight. He takes after his dad. He's a skinny mini. And I think that speaks to it speaks to my cooking, and it also speaks to him not being a huge meat fan. So we used to go, before I had surgery, we used to go out to eat a lot, and so he ate just fine. But we hardly ever do that now, and so I had just seen that he was losing weight, so I've started to try to make meals for him that are really different than what I'm eating, like I'm making pasta or different things for him. So it's been kind of nice not to have to do that and not to have to worry about what he's eating. And that will be my regular life soon, because in August he's going to be going away to school. But it's been a nice little break this week to just focus on myself and only worry about buying things that I want to eat. My NSVs this week are, I had tested out the whole crossing your leg thing a while ago, excuse me, and was able to do it without a problem. But the NSV part was that the other day I just realized that I was sitting with my legs crossed. And that hadn't, I don't know when the last time I did that I just kind of inadvertently did it, and I was sitting there crossed legs, and then I was like, whoa, what am I doing? Yay. And the other thing is, even though I still have a considerable amount of weight to lose, and in fact, I got a little disappointed looking at the whole BMI thing this week, which was, I just wanted to see where I was. I know I had gone down considerably, but when I looked at it, I found out I was still, 110 pounds later, still classified as super morbidly obese, which did not make me too happy. But my BMI when I started this was 64. And my BMI now is 48.7. And I guess you have to be, under 40 is morbidly obese. So that was kind of a bummer that I still have a long way to go to get out of super morbidly obese. But it is what it is. We're going in the right direction. But anyway, what is the NSV? The NSV is just that I'm seeing more definition in my body. I don't think you can see collarbones yet. But they're starting to come out. I can feel my ribs and my hips when I'm laying down, or hip bones when I'm laying down, which I haven't been able to do in forever. And I also noticed, hey, my boobs stick out farther than my stomach. That was like a double take when I walked by a window sideways. It's like, oh wow, when was the last time that happened? So that was kind of cool. And let's see. I had set a goal to be at 275 by Obesity Help, but I just saw on Mama Mia VSG's Facebook that that's 23 days away. So not so sure that's going to happen, but we'll see. That's what I'm shooting for. And in general, I just, I guess this is an NSV. I just am starting to feel like the person that I used to be 100 years ago. Well, I'm not that old, maybe not 100 years ago. But I just feel, I had really isolated myself. I would always say, I hate to talk on the phone. I don't want to talk on the phone to anybody. People would ask me to do something. I would, say, oh, I have so much work to do. And I work for myself. I could work 24. I have plenty of work. I could work 24 hours a day. I definitely have enough to do. But it wasn't because of that, generally. It was an excuse. Through my work, I have opportunities to go to all kinds of cool things that aren't directly work related, so I'm not required to be there. But I always pass it up because I used to always pass it up because I was just like, I don't feel like it. I don't have anything to wear. I look like a big fat cow. I don't want to do it. So what I just noticed, and it's been happening for a while, but I just really noticed it last week, was, first of all, I probably had at least 4 extended conversations on the phone with friends. Not work related at all. Just, chatting away about various things. So that's totally different, that wanting to reach out and kind of connect that way. I was walking the dog one night, and I noticed we have a big, really nice pool here in our community, and I noticed it was like 7 o'clock and there was nobody at the pool, and I thought, oh, cool, let me go swim. And then I immediately texted my friend and said, hey, you want to meet me and go swimming? Which I would have never done before. Problem was, the reason there was nobody in the pool is apparently somebody pooped in it, and the bacteria level was too high, so it was closed. So nobody swam. But anyway, it's the idea that I actually reached out and called someone and said, hey, you want to do this? And then I had a cousin who was in town from Georgia and was wanted to get together. And I said, oh, sure, let's meet in LA, which is like an hour away from here. I would have never done that before. But I was excited about it. I was looking forward to it. Went up there and met her, and then before lunch was over, I called another friend who lived nearby and said, oh, hey, I'm up here. Do you want to meet for a little bit? And then met him for a while. Yeah, that hasn't happened in 20 plus years. That I've just wanted to engage. And so it feels really good. I feel happy. I feel, I don't know, I feel like I'm getting back to who I really am, and that feels really good. So what else do I have? Oh, one little thing. This is just a silly little thing, but I had shown it to somebody and they liked it, so I thought I'd share it here. I have an app that I use. It's called Monitor Your Weight, and that's what I mean. Although I track it in Fitbit and MyFitnessPal and everything, that's what I really use to monitor it. It has a couple of cool graphs and tools, and it's and I just like the app's really easy to use. So it's called Monitor Your Weight, if anybody's interested in that. And then I wanted to just do a couple shout outs. I wanted to shout out to The Real Share Bear and Lynette for their like incredibly whopping major weight losses last week. I think Sherry lost 8 pounds, and Lynette over 2 weeks lost 19 pounds. And they're, I think at around similar stages in the journey as I am. That is incredible. So I just wanted to say congratulations, girls. You're doing an awesome job. And I saw on Facebook right before I started my video that Losing Weight Kate had hit to Wonderland. I just want to say congratulations to her. I've so loved watching her journey, and I'm looking forward to meeting her at Obesity Help. And was there anybody else? I don't think so. And what else? Did I say? Yeah, I think I said that. I said that I had set the goal of 275 for Obesity Help, and I don't think I'm going to make that. Okay, and then I just wanted to thank all my new subscribers. I had a little flurry of them last week. So I wanted to say thank you for subscribing. I want to thank everybody for commenting, particularly on the video I did last week on the cost of being super morbidly obese. That was a little tough one for me to make because apparently I've lived in denial for a few years. But hey, it's okay. I'm not gonna spend a lot of time regretting what's already happened. I'm focused on what's today and moving forward. But I do think I have to look at that stuff so that I can move forward. So anyway, just want to thank you guys. You're great. This YouTube community is the best possible support out there for weight loss surgery, and I'm so glad to have found it via the lovely Watch Patty Mel. So thanks, guys. Have a great week. Talk to you next week. Bye-bye.